Alright, it's going to be our next notes on systems of equations, lesson 6.2, and we're actually going to put a couple lessons together here. So we're going to look at lesson 6.2 and 6.3 together. They're pretty similar. They're pretty easy to understand. So I'm just going to combine these together. So when we're talking about substitution, we're talking about replacing one variable for another. And you see here, I kind of started it. Erase a little bit. So we have y is 2x plus 1, and 3x plus y equals negative 9. So the steps to this is to solve this system of equations, these two different equations for y and x, we substitute one variable for the other. And then we solve for the answer for that one variable. Now that since we're down to 1, and then we then get the answer for that one variable and we plug it back in and get the answer for the other. So if we look here, we have y equals 2x plus 1 and 3x plus y equals negative 9. So what we can do is we can take this answer, because it's equal to y, we can plug it in where y goes. So if you look down here, we have 3x plus, it was y before, we plug in what it's equal to, 2x plus 1 equals negative 9. Then we kind of do the math, so we're going to add these two together, we're going to minus 1 from both sides, and then we get 5x equals negative 10. We divide by 5, both sides, and then we get x equals negative 2. That's our first answer. Then, we can then take this negative 2 answer, and we can plug it back into the same equation, where x is negative 2. So instead of 3x plus y equals negative 9, we plug in the negative 2 here. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, plus y equals negative 9. Then we're going to add 6 to both sides, and we're going to get y equals negative 3. So then we have our x and our y. So that should be our answer. So then we can even check it with the other one. If we have y equals 2x plus 1, we then plug in negative 2. So y equals 2 times negative 2 plus 1. And we get y equals negative 4 plus 1, and y equals negative 3. So we start off with negative 2, solve for y is negative 3. That's our answer. That's exactly how you do substitution. So what's another possibility? Well, we have something called elimination. It's a little bit different. And elimination is where we eliminate one of the variables first, solve for one of the remaining variable, and then plug it back in. So in this process, we're going to either subtract or add one equation from the other. Okay. When we do this, it should always result in eliminating one of the variables. So when you're looking at systems of equations, like these two right here, this system, you want to look for things that are opposites, so then we can add them. Or maybe something that is the same, and then we can subtract it. So, and we just substitute to solve for the other variable when we're done. So if we look at this one, 4x plus 6y equals 32, we have 3x minus 6y equals 3. So if we add these together, right, this is going to cancel. And we're going to have 4x plus 3x is 7x equals 35. These cancel. And then we just divide by 7. We get x equals 5. So that's our first answer in elimination. Then we can come back and plug the answer in. So then we just choose, let's just go 4x plus 6y equals 32. Then we plug in our 5 for the x. So then we'll go 5 times 4 times 5 plus 6y equals 32. This is going to be 20 plus 6y equals 32. So then we're going to minus 20 from both sides, right? We're going to get 6y equals 12. Divide by 6, and y is 2. So then we have our other answer. Okay? And then we can check these answers by doing the other equation. So then if we just do 3x minus 6y equals 3, we'll just plug in the x. 3 times 5 minus 6y equals 3. Then we're going to have 15 minus 6y equals 3. That's minus 15 from both sides. Negative 6y equals negative 18. We're going to divide by 6, negative 6 actually. and we get y is 3. Okay? So, we're a little bit off here, right? So we got to figure out what we got wrong here. Oh, I know what. I did this wrong. So come back here. So I did the 15. I'm minusing the 15. This is a positive. So this should be minus 12. Right? Then we divide by 6. And we get 2. So here we start off with 5 and 2. And we solve that over here. So then we know our elimination has worked correctly. Okay? So that's an example of elimination and substitution. So just make sure you add these notes to your notebook. And in class tomorrow, we'll probably do a couple examples. I'll show you a word problem as well. But add these to your notebook. There's not a whole bunch of notes here. Just make sure you understand the idea of substitution, where you replace one variable for the other, or elimination, where you eliminate one of the variables by adding or subtracting. And the next term we're going to look at, 6-4, is going to be multiplication, division, and we'll be moving quite along in this lesson. So make sure you add these to your notebook, and that should be good. They're not very long.